Hey everyone, it's Dr. Christina here, the Dr. Biohacking Supermom, and today we're going to be talking about the 2 functional tests that will change your life. Are you experiencing symptoms that keep getting worse and worse, and every time you test them with traditional testing, you're within normal ranges? Do you keep going from doctor to doctor being told, your blood work shows nothing, everything looks normal, but you're still feeling those symptoms? That's really normal for us to hear from our patients. Traditionally, we don't look for the root cause of a problem. Traditional medicine really looks at the symptoms, be that low red blood cells, be that high white blood cells, to try and be reactionary and treat it. And although there's nothing wrong with that, if you're continuing to have symptoms and being told your blood work is within normal, you hit a dead end conventionally, and there's nothing else you can do. In functional medicine, we really strive to look at the whole body as a system and understand what is at the root cause of those symptoms that you're having. And if traditional lab work doesn't show us that, then we go deeper, and that's why we use functional medicine testing in our practice. Traditional lab testing can give us a lot of information as to what's going on, but instead of looking at normal ranges, we actually look at functional ranges, which are much smaller, and that can start to give us some indication as to what might be going on in the body that may be causing the symptoms. For example, white blood cells. When we look at the white blood cell count, normally if you're within the range, then it's not seen as a problem, it's not flagged. But a functional medicine practitioner might see that you're at the higher end of normal for white blood cell count, and they might start to consider that immune system is kicking in, it's creating more white blood cells, and perhaps there's a need to test autoimmunity and those kinds of markers. So functional medicine practitioner will at that point do more in-depth testing to see what the root cause of the problems actually are. The focus of functional testing is to uncover the root cause of the symptoms. For example, if you have low iron, traditionally you'd be given an iron pill. Functional testing will look at why you have low iron. If you're eating foods that are rich in iron, what functional testing does is it looks to see why you're having the low iron. Is it that you're not absorbing your iron? Is it that there are pathogens in your gut eating the iron? And in that case, you actually don't want to be taking iron pills. You want to get to the root cause of why you have the low iron, because what ends up happening is that you end up feeding the pathogens the iron and they get even more strong. The first functional test that will change your life is the GI map by Diagnostic Solutions Lab. It is my favorite comprehensive stool analysis. It looks at so many different markers that really gives us an underlying view of what's going on in the large intestine. Most testing traditionally looks for 1 or 2 things, a specific pathogen, maybe a parasite. The GI map has a load of information. It gives us information on parasites. It will tell you what you are doing in terms of your normal flora. It gives us a really good view into the overall microflora and your microbiome. The other thing it does that most testing doesn't do is that it looks at intestinal health. It can show me how you're detoxifying your estrogens and environmental toxins. It can show me if you have intestinal permeability, if you have inflammation in your gut, and how your overall digestive tract is working. So understanding how all those work in play can really give us the idea and the information about the root causes of some of those symptoms that aren't being picked up on traditional testing. And that's why it's such a fantastic test. The second functional test that'll change your life is the Oat Test by Great Plains Labs. The organic acid test has so many markers on it to help us uncover what the root cause of your symptoms may be. It looks at fungal overgrowth, it looks at nutritional markers. It can even give us an indication if you're being exposed to mold toxins and or environmental toxins. It looks at neurotransmitter metabolites, looks at different bacterial overgrowth, and gives us some information about different nutrient levels and vitamin levels that we can look at. The other exceptional thing it has is it shows us mitochondrial function, how your body's making energy. And that is crucial for so many people that have chronic health conditions to look at, because it really gives us information as to where that root cause of your symptoms may be. In our practice, we use both the Oat Test and the GI map to get a comprehensive overview of the small intestine and the large intestine. This really gives us an opportunity to look at a broader scale of things so that we can make a plan that's tailored directly to what's actually going on inside of you. If you're experiencing symptoms that keep getting worse and worse and your lab testing looks normal, it's time to do different lab testing, functional lab testing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your questions and comments below and join our Myth-Busting Motherhood Facebook group for more videos like this one.